I constantly need change. It's strange because I also crave routine. I like small anchors in my life. I like knowing that every Monday I'll see the same person. I like having a set work schedule. I like starting my mornings the same way with the coffee in my hand before the day really begins. Those little rhythms make me feel steady. But when the routine stretches too long in the same place, something in me starts to shift. I don't notice it right away. At first, it's subtle, just a quiet dissatisfaction sitting somewhere in the background. I start wanting something, but I can't name what it is. The days begin to blur together. Monday feels like Thursday, weeks pass without leaving much of a mark, and I slowly stop caring about the things the way I used to. And then, eventually, I move. I've moved 9 times in the last 7 years. Somehow it almost always happens around the same time each year, like some internal clock starts ringing and I can't ignore it anymore. When I move, everything resets. I feel lighter again. I keep the routines that belong to me, such as morning coffee, familiar habits, but now they exist somewhere new. New buildings, new streets, new people, new cafes to sit in, and new paths to walk until they become familiar. It feels like my life gets to stay the same, just with a fresh backdrop. But lately, something about it has changed. Because I've done it so many times, I've started adapting too quickly. It used to take me months to feel settled in a new place, like I was slowly growing roots. Now it barely takes a week or two before the novelty fades and everything starts feeling normal again. I even started traveling more, thinking that might help. But by the third day somewhere new, I've already fallen into the routine of that place too. I learn the nearby coffee shop, I find the walking route, I get used to the rhythm, and then the feeling creeps back in. Somewhere along the way, the thing I used to do to escape routine has quietly become a routine of its own. My change is becoming predictable, my resets are starting to blur together, and now, somehow, even while moving so much, I feel stuck. But not stuck in the obvious ways people usually mean it. My life technically changes all the time. Different apartments, different neighborhoods, different views outside the window. I pack my things, unpack them somewhere else, learn a new grocery store layout, memorize new street names. On paper, it looks like movement. But internally, it sometimes feels like I'm just walking in a circle that happens to have different scenery. I keep thinking the next place will feel different, like maybe there will be some invisible line I cross where things suddenly click into place, where the restlessness quiets down and the feeling of wanting something unnamed finally dissolves. But every time I arrive somewhere new, I bring the same version of myself with me. The same habits, the same thoughts, the same quiet hum of dissatisfaction that eventually finds its way back to the surface. And I'm starting to notice that this isn't just places where this pattern shows up, it happens with work too. A new job always feels exciting at first. There's something about learning new systems, new routines, new people. I like the feeling of figuring things out. It makes my brain feel awake again, like I'm solving a puzzle that I haven't seen before. But eventually that fades too. Once I understand everything, once the job becomes automatic, the same restlessness starts to creep in. The same quiet thought that maybe I should be doing something different, something new, a different industry, a different schedule, a completely different version of my life. And I noticed that I've never really had one clear dream the same way people do. Some people build their whole life around a single goal, a career they've wanted since they were young, a path that becomes clearer the longer they walk it. I've never really felt that pull toward just one thing. Every time I try to imagine committing to one career path, one version of life for decades, something in me resists it. It's the same feeling I get when I stay in one place for too long, the same quiet voice asking, but what about everything else? It's like choosing one direction feels too permanent, like picking one dream means closing the door on 100 other lives I could have lived. So instead, I keep adjusting things, new cities, new apartments, new jobs, new routines, always shifting the environment, hoping that somewhere in the movement I'll stumble across the version of life that finally feels right. For a while, I thought that meant I was making progress. That movement itself meant I was getting somewhere. But lately, it sometimes feels less like progress and more like looping. The strange part is that I don't regret the movement. I actually love the moments in between. The first walks in the new neighborhood, the first cafe that feels like it could become mine, the feeling of possibility when everything is still unfamiliar and open. Those moments feel alive. It's just that they fade faster now, and I'm starting to wonder if what I've been chasing this whole time isn't the change itself, but the feeling of possibility that comes with it. That brief moment where life feels wide open before it settles back into something familiar again. Maybe what I've been trying to do isn't outrun routine. Maybe I've been trying to outrun the idea that no matter where I go or what job I take or how many times I reset my life, I'm still the same person arriving there. And if running from that feeling doesn't work, then eventually I might have to learn how to sit still inside it, which is a strange realization to sit with, because if movement isn't the answer and staying still feels just as uncomfortable, then I'm not entirely sure what is.